Fade in.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the Friday Pre-Flight. We are on number 143 on July 7th, 2023. Holy flopfest, Batman. That's what we have right now in the box office. You've probably just come here, many of you from Midnight's Edge in the morning, talking about the fact that, well, we have significant cultural rot that is taking away from pretty much everything that Hollywood is producing, whether it be for film or television, streaming service, or, direct release to consumers in some form or fashion. But it's all corrupted. Hence the rot. But I want to say hi to each and every one of you. It is a jovial occasion because, again, Friday, TGIF. And if you look, we've got two new videos coming out today. They just premiered in the last few hours. One of them on Elon Musk and his battle with the Zuck. Musk versus Zuck. Looks like it could be more than just in the ring. Could also be in court because of trade secrets and certain elements of code and other things that are in place for Twitter that may have been stolen and put in this Threads thing. That's going to flop super fast. Oh my goodness, the censorship there. And then the other story being my review on the film Sound of Freedom, which is amazing, to be fair. Really enjoyed that film. High praise for it. 4 out of 5, as I said during the review, if you had a chance to watch it. 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10. Pretty decent score there. Some of the highest scores you'll get out of me, because I'm very critical of films. You have to bring something, and you have to bring some level of satisfaction. And not a lot of films do that nowadays, but you will know that you've watched a film. You will experience it in a very real way with a lot of different feelings that will be coursing through you during the course of and after the film itself. But I want to say hi to all of you. Hello, everybody. We've got a new member here in Leicester, San Jose. Great to see you, my friend. Thanks for joining us. We've got John Sapola out there. Wish this was not so abbreviated. Yeah, unfortunately, you were spilling the beans. We've got about an hour of show today. Other shows will be starting a little bit more close to on time, or when my normal finish time is. And I do have some obligations to fulfill later in the day. But thanks for being here. We got SFX3 F314 Sabertooth Raptor. We have our buddy James Dosher here again. Great to see you. There's Captain Phantom Nerd. We've got Professor Haitian, Sound of Freedom, not available around here. That stinks. We've got Darren Hughes in the house. Happy pre-flight to you. There's Mr. Shirt. Mr. Shirt may be joining me on the Sunday night show, so that'll be a lot of fun. Let's see who else rolled through the door. We got a bunch of folks. We got Stone Racket here. What's going on? Good to see you, Stone Racket. Love the kitty. Little kitty. Love the kitty. And so much more. So many more folks hanging out with us. A lot of really weird tweets have come in. A lot of DMs that are strange from names I don't recognize, soliciting me for other weird things. It's very strange. Crypto purchases and stuff. And I do a lot of research on things like that, but I stepped back from that kind of stuff for a while. I don't know. We'll see. We got David Glenn out there. Looks like Tender Warrior 68 is here. Greetings. Thank you for being here, my friend. It's been a minute. Schmilex is here. Wait a second. Who stole my beanbag? I don't know. But the lounge is open to everyone. Seating is open. Please make yourself comfortable. We'll move along here shortly. Got Hemorrhoid Hertz checking in very early in the morning from Australia. 5 Outback Psycho Hillbilly Nerds to FNT Vegas meetup next year. Fantastic. I can't wait to see you there. Let's see. Sorry, guys. It's been a long week. Big old yawn. Lots of folks rolling in. Liger fans here. What's going on, Liger fan? Hey, George. Bonnie 90 is here. Good to see you. Hey, Rogue Attraction, what's going on? Tom, I hope you're doing good, buddy. I hope you're having fun. You look like you're having fun in the theme parks. I love it. Catch you guys every once in a while. John Cipolla says, you need to bring a bullhorn on shows you're on. You're very patient because they just interrupt the hell out of you. Ah, it's all right. Somebody probably has something more important to say. So I just hush up. KR Nut 82 is here. Great to see you, my friend. Oh, what a lovely day. Hey, Dave Sargent's here. What's up, Dave? Hurry up. FNT's in an hour. I promise you. We'll be done. We'll be done. Hey, Cash is in the house. What's up, Cash? Good to see you, bro. We've got Wolverine Schnicked. Great to see you. FKHC 2005. You should call that intro music Fanfare for the Common Culture. That sounds pretty good. I like that. I feel like it just kind of gets you in the mood, right? Emotionally Unstable Amphibian is here. We've got Irate Specialist here. We've got Christopher Dominguez here. Hello, all of you. A couple other folks, and we got to get started. Am I echoing? Seriously? Thirdly, am I echoing? Oh, yeah. Oh, no? Maybe. Little Chad's here. What's up, Little Chad? And let's see. Oh, Nearsighted Cyclops. Good to see you. Bass Player 2011 Iffy is here. What's up? 2011 Iffy. I don't know. How does Valiant say it? I'm trying to figure that out. I got Tim. What's up, Timmy? Theliato's here. Evil Ramen's here. And lots of films are just tissue thin. Oh, man. And so are the narratives in support of a lot of these arguments. Let me tell you, you can shoot a hole in them very easy. Push your pinky through. It's just, wow. Really? That's the hill you're going to try to die on? Channel Surf is here. Great to see you, my friend. My buddy, Brightest Day, is in the house. We got Grimstorm here. Great to see you. Love the icon. Snowdub, what is up, my puppet friend? Release the McCracken. Gojira Star. Davinia Duckworth. Rogue Thinker. Look at all these wonderful beings, including, Darth Gutierrez. Good to see you. Dragon Bricks is here. Black Saber's here. Pete Den Cat is here. Have you listened to my new single yet? Haven't had a chance. You'll love it. If not, I'll give you your money back. I'll check it out, Pete. I definitely will. I like me some good independent music. We got Rob Altus in the house. Great to see you. There's, there we go. There's Philip M. Good to see you. I got half a day off, so listening will enjoy the listen, my friend. My local Cinemark theaters are having an early show of the new Mission Impossible this Sunday at 3 p.m. Brought to us by Walmart. Cool. I hope you're able to contain yourself. No spoilers. I don't get to see it until Tuesday, and then I'll be dropping my review Tuesday night. So should be a good time. We're having a good time. Oh, the Lion King is here. Greetings, all. Greetings to you. Greetings to you. And of course, Kung Fu Hot Dog for £2 sterling says, Culture, your beard is magnificent and an inspiration. Well, thank you. It may get trimmed. It's getting a little out of hand, but I appreciate the support. And I like having the beard. Very, very Christmassy. Oh, the lovely Leia Rose is here. Greetings, dear. We've got the cheese factor. The cheese factor is here. And Darius Munchausen dropping me the box of popcorn super sticker. You guys have probably heard an awful lot from a lot of other people about their thoughts on what's been happening in pop culture. It can't be denied. It can't be denied that literally the box office has fallen off the cliff. You can't argue that the hold that Indiana Jones is going to be good, even if it is predicted to hold around 50%. It's going to hold 50% of its audience. It's not a good number. It's not a good number. And it is it's indicative of just the rapid decline of anything that Disney has to offer to the general public. Now, I'm going to put it to you. I'm going to ask all of you. Is it just Disney that's pushing its audience away? Is it because Disney puts out so many things and so many tentpoles, such big films that we're noticing? Or are there other studios that are doing the same thing? Are they all giving us pablum? Are they all serving up wood pulp? I think that's the question that we kind of need to address, because I mean, you can look at E1, right? That's the entertainment division of Hasbro, not doing very well. That's why they've been trying to sell it for 2 years now. But that entertainment division is distributed, I believe, by Sony. Okay. And those films are not doing well. Woman King, Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves, and so on and so forth. Not films making a lot. So E1, not great. Sony's hit and miss lately. Bullet Train, good. Spider-Verse, I guess, good. No Way Home, good. I'm not a Spider-Verse fan, so I'm not the audience for that film. But then at the same time, you get things like, well, Venom and some other stuff that just tank hard. You have this really weird film, Road Trip or something, that's coming out. It's like Crazy Rich Asian Road Trip, but I don't know how well that's going to do, and I think it's already turned off a lot of the audience. So I have to ask, Warner Brothers has had its failures, Flash most recent, and then of course all of the nameplates for Disney. So is it all the studios, some of the studios, one studio that's rotting away in front of us? I think that's a good question. Gregor Muers, good to see you, my friend, for a 2-month membership chat. Says, greetings, Culture Casino, hail, chat, and mods. Thank you for that, my friend. I appreciate that support. I just have to, like I said, I mean, you guys drive this show. I know you guys know that. I know everybody here knows that. But, oh, hey, look, it's Trey Chester. What's up, Trey Chester? Horseradish Powers here says, catching up. I'm glad you're here. Brettermeyer's here. What's up, Brettermeyer? There's the Dadman Walking 55. Going to be doing some gaming with Dadman, and I think I saw Joe in here. Yeah, there's Joe. What's up, Joe? But we got situations like this too. James is pointing out we've got local theaters that are about to eat it, right? And I'm not talking about regionals and micro chains and stuff like that. We're talking about like your local theater owned by like your neighbor that's like 2 blocks down, right? Those things are going away, not because of poor management, but mostly because there's not a lot to show, and the contracts they have to sign to show things prohibit them from actually ever earning revenue. Because if you're trapped into a film that doesn't perform the first couple of weeks, you got to eat that on your screens. That's not a way to make money. It really isn't. Batcap stopping by to say hi. But you got horseradish power here contributing to conversation for £2 sterling, proper money again, ladies and gentlemen. AKA fired. Can it be Wicker Man Midsummer style, please? You're going to get a lot of momentum towards a rumor like that. A lot of people have been talking about it. A lot of clickbaity videos have broken. Look, I'm going to say it again. And I said it in the video from a couple days ago. She'll be gone when she's gone, and we will all know about it right away. And I will be talking about it right away. Is there potential for her to find the door? Sure. But all of us will find the door eventually. We'll have to see. But thank you for the £2 sterling super chat. We've had a couple, 3 of them, so I owe you a big one, guys. Yeah, you rock.
Thank you. Yeah, that's really all I got. Thanks for your being kind and supporting the channel.
Yeah, and thank you all very much. But looks like you guys are weighing in on my thoughts here. Rogue Thinker's like, it's easy to hold if you only make $60 million, but will it? I don't know. Look, if it bumped theaters at 60 million, right, in its opening weekend, which it didn't, it was like 58.9 million to be fair, right? Lots of other weird numbers got added to that, including some early numbers that got added to that on the front end of the previews. So we can have a discussion about that another time. But yeah, it's easy to hold. It's easy to hold at 50% when you only make 60 million. That's 30 million. The question is, will it hold at 30 million? I don't know. Look, Sound of Freedom really caught them by surprise and is doing rather well in theaters, definitely denting the box office there. And you have just after the weekend, a lot of people just waiting to get through this weekend before they get to see Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. And I think that film's going to be opening bigger than the industry does. But that's just me. Is it hard to hold a 50% of a $60 million opener domestically? No. If it falls further, if it does a Marvel fall, 64%, big trouble. Hey, Storyman's here. Check out Storyman's channel. Great stuff there. He just leaves up wonderful stories all the time. And Raid Specialist weighs in, says it's mostly Disney that's falling apart. I think that might be true. But I think they're all suffering from their own version of rot. A lot of it's internal. Their internal culture, their corporate culture is rotting. It's rotting because of all the identitarian stuff and the politics that they've put in their companies. Putting politics in your company is a death knell. Why would you do that? Then you're going to roll those politics out to your customers. Also a problem. Look at what just happened to Ben and Jerry. Look at what happened with Bud Light. Look at what happened with, Target. Look at what's happened to Kohl's. Look at what's happening. People are done. People are done with ideology. It's going to hurt them. Darren Hughes thinks it's all of Hollywood. Yep. Grimstorm thinks it's all. Feliato says Disney is pushing people away, but there's common corporate culture, which is laying the foundation of failure. There you go. Disney just adds their own little flair and style. Yeah. How can you push away your core audience, which would be families? And why? Why would you do that? The Lion Kings, unfortunately, it's not only Disney that is sadly making choices. I give you Pixar. I give you Sony Studios and Universal. The wokeness disease is spread. I agree with you. Al Humphrey says, burn the witch. Woo, rough. Yeah. You in the old days, you would occasionally have characters that stood in stories for other things that were happening in Hollywood. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a witch burning in a film at some point in time. Wouldn't surprise me. National Disgrace says it's all entertainment. They even destroyed animes nowadays. Yeah, you're starting to see that too. You really are. Hey, Freddie York, good to see you. Tender Warrior, weren't you already a member? I think this is probably a renewal. I think it's probably a renewal. Because Tender Warrior also gifts memberships. Oh, by the way, I was trying to figure out the people that are my monthly supporters over on Rumble. I have yet to be able to locate a list, but I'm going to make assumptions on who based on the chat. I'm going to review the chat the next couple of days and try to figure out who's actually a recurring member on Rumble, because I think there's 2 or 3. Joyride, that's what it is. Yeah. Not just Disney movies and bad are bad in general, few exceptions, and that's the problem, which is what I'm hoping Tom Cruise solves, right? And then, Spielberg can hug him again. We'll see. All the big studios. There you go. Oh, that film. I saw the trailer. It looks like an Asian girl band is having a film in real or something. Yeah. Yep. Karen at 82 says, you once wanted to know what one of my brothers thought of Top Gun Maverick. I finally got an answer. He thought it was good. Trust me, coming from him, that is high praise indeed. Well, there you go. Darth Gutierrez comes up with Hasbro has and Lost Toy Collectors. Yeah, actually, if you get a chance over the weekend, go back and watch something that Neon did on the D-Res thing. That's one of their channels, talking about toys. He and another person, and I forget his name, were talking about toys, Hasbro specifically, and their fall off. So yeah. Storyman Jack for $4.99 says, "Oh no, Hollywood in general do not have the ability to just tell a story. It is about studios preaching without stories." Yeah, that's what's happening now. That's why I appreciate what you put together, my friend. Speaking of what you put together, thanks. Appreciate it.
Your kindness knows no bounds. Except for whatever $sign you chose to stop at.
True story. Thank you for that story, man. But look, I mean, we can look at diminishing returns in Lucasfilm alone and kind of see where things started to go wrong. This is probably going to be part of a very long video I'm putting together. I've been writing it for a while. The biggest problem is there's so many numbers here. It's easier just to boil it down to one studio. So right in here is where Disney purchased Lucasfilm, right after Red Tails, which didn't do all that well. So they went out, they acquired Lucasfilm. Lucasfilm didn't have a lot in the hopper. This strange magic thing, I'm unfamiliar with it, can't speak to it. But the very first project out the gate that they're going to release is Star Wars. Now, it's not George's Star Wars, it's Kathy's Star Wars. And they still are inaccurately reporting the budget here at $306 million, which we know is now, about half $1 billion in production budget, a little more. So this is inaccurate. Its domestic performance, coming in where it did was a little lower than they probably would have preferred. But it did end up at the end of the day sitting at about $2 billion in sales, box office receipts. Now, if you do the math on this and you're critical about it, even with being somewhat liberal about it, this film only made maybe $500 million on that $2 billion because of how much it cost to make. And all of the films roughly cost that much, with the exception of maybe Rogue One, which, to be fair, is probably the only decent traditional movie you got out of this whole Lucasfilm thing. That was 1 year later in December. A year after that, December 15th, 2017, you ended up with a film that they are only admitting to costing $262 million, which it was more than that. We'll get another revision on this budget, at least one more on top of the one that was done. But these are old numbers and they haven't touched them, so I'll just be quiet. But you're seeing the diminishing returns here, 1.3 million from the first film. That's how upset people were, how disconnected they felt from the story of the first movie. Then you roll further down here to Solo's A Star Wars Story, which was a complete flop. They reshot the film in its entirety from they basically had 75-80% of the film done. Then they reshot the whole film. Again, Ron Howard. And, Lord and Miller didn't deserve what they got. They just didn't make what Kathy wanted, and that's why we ended up where we are. But that's probably the reason why it flopped and didn't make any money. In fact, this is where you started to see things costing Disney money. You could still argue that, the last Jedi, the terrible film, The Last Jedi, the Ruin Johnson version of Star Wars, may not have just but barely made some money. And, we'll know more as the budgets continue to be redefined. Then we get to 1 year later, which is incredibly rushed and never should have been done. The rinse of soybeans, the rise of Palpatine, whatever you want to call it. And they only claim a $275 million budget again, which is a lie, because we know it cost almost $500 million. We also know this: diminishing returns. And the only reason that it scratched over $1 billion was because of how many weeks they left it to languish in the theaters. They wanted that $1 billion number. And so there we are. And then they've decided that, well enough was, they weren't done. They weren't done. They did a TV show nobody cared for called Willow. That flopped. They've gotten depreciating returns on all of their Lucasfilm Star Wars related streaming stuff. But they march out Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny to, not good numbers. And it's going to flop. And that's kind of the way the entire entertainment industry has gone, the studios and all of that. I would love to have somebody tell me I'm wrong. I'm just not. I'm just not seeing how I would be wrong. I don't think so. You guys are really contributing in the chat now. But you're just watching the decline, and the production costs are killing it, right? They're killing these films. They just cost too much money, and they're basically rewriting the movie as they make it, and then they have to reshoot scenes based on that, and then you run into continuity problems and all kinds of other things that have to get fixed in post. It becomes more and more expensive. It's crazy. And Universal does seem better off than the rest. I mean, and they are at least leaning into the right things now. They're gonna claim the family market from Disney completely, and Disney, I don't know if they'll ever be able to wrest it back. Yeah, the Barbie film is definitely definitely banned from Vietnam, and I think also the Philippines at this point. So there you go. Let's see. You guys are really weighing in. Sorry, I'm way behind y'all now. You guys are trying to figure out ways to save the theaters too. You guys are genius in the audience. I really do appreciate it. I think the consensus from all of you, from what I'm reading here, is that all the studios are in trouble. I mean, Skaggy here says, or Skaggy, I don't know which way you'd like that pronounced, but Marxism, deconstruction, it's what they're teaching in film school, university writing process programs now. Yep. Yeah, which is why none of these are making any money. That's right, Dr. Coffin. He's making his list and checking it twice. That's right, my friend. That's what I'm supposed to do. Darren Hughes sends a super chat for $5. Thank you, my friend. My wrench, by the way. If everyone clicks the like button in the next 5 minutes, Culture will serenade us into the weekend. CCI, I hope I'm making promises you can fill. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure you want to hear anything that I can sing at this point in time, but I appreciate your support nonetheless, my friend. And thank you for the $5 super chat. Of course, Philip follows up with an incredibly generous super chat. Second one of the day, by the way. Thank you, Philip. He says, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Matthew 5:8. May this verse inspire you all. Well, your verses inspire me pretty much daily, Philip, and I appreciate them very much. I also appreciate your incredible generosity. I really do. Thank you for being a sponsor of the channel. Get to play a fun clip for that one. Let's give you the gold mine. No. Cheddar.
Oh, man, that's some sweet cheddar. Guys, yeah.
Once again, Philip, thank you for your incredible generosity, my friend. A lot of people liked Red Tails. It just didn't perform in the theaters. Time is certainly flying very quickly. 2012 was a while ago, kids. Over a decade. Yeesh. I have a 12-year-old kid now. Rogue One was bad. It wasn't as bad, but don't kid yourself. It wasn't a good film. I've never been a fan. A lot of people have been. I'm just not. Didn't like the story. Has BLO Hasbro? Oh, I got it. Thank you, Trey Chester. Definitely deserves to lose their Star Wars license, but to be honest, I don't think Mattel or anyone else could do better nowadays. I'm about to bow out of TBA. I'm about to bow out. To be honest, I wish Kenner was still here. So do I. The classic Kenners. Wow. And you know what? They didn't fall apart. And sometimes maybe the paint wasn't perfect, but it was good on the action figures anyway. Oh, the rise of acid reflux. You guys are on fire. I'm so far behind you all. But I mean, let's be fair. I mean, the box office numbers aren't improving despite inflation and a dramatic rise in ticket prices. If you look at it, I mean, we're up 20%, 40%, depending upon what time frame you look at. That's a lot of money to come up with. I mean, it's what's weird is the cinema tickets are outpacing inflation. Are you getting more value for that money though? No. Hey James, if you've caught up to now, hi. Studios much like politicians are bought and paid for by donors like big tech. This is true. It's just the access to them is done through a financial structure that allows them to keep making things without it costing them money. OPM, other people's money. That's the way films are put together for the most part. Mad Capper lost his local cinema. Yeah, it's really a bummer. Getting tired of that. That is just, and it's heartbreaking. Upcoming remake of No Deposit, No Return will return Disney to its former glory. I think remakes are the things that are actually causing a lot of this cultural decline. Or it's not even the cultural decline. It's the studio decline. Look, I mean, there's still good stuff out there. I mean, I can go on the internet and throw a rock at some really great stuff. The problem is it's not out in the mainstream. I think that's it. And KRNut says, yeah, all studios are in trouble, just varying amounts. I agree. There's Mr. Buttcrack Media. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Truck in with a tablet. Awesome. I hope you're safe, my friend. Disney will never get the family market back because fewer children are being born. But we are seeing more 49-year-old toddlers out there. I agree. So true. So true. Funny how it seems. Mind calendar, huh? I don't know. We got a super chat from my good friend Horseradish Power saying, "Make Indy a woman or Disney Lara Croft." Well, yeah. I mean, we already have an example of an incredible female character, just and brilliant character in Lara Croft. Not sure I've appreciated each evolution of the character, but for the most part, yeah. And I mean, do you really want Phoebe Waller-Bridge as your? Well, wait a minute. Isn't she working on Lara Croft? Not good. Not good at all. Thank you for the £2 super chat, my friend. Real money, proper money. One more super from our good friend Irate Specialist, however you'd like to pronounce it, for $5 Merkin. Says, let's spread the word. If Culture gets to 10K followers, we vote on one of Mexican Iron Man show ideas. No, please don't try to get me killed, Irate Specialist, please. All right, well, that's 2 big super chats. I want to say thanks to you guys. I appreciate it. Simple thanks, actually.
Wow, it's generous. I don't really get that kind of money, but glad you do, so thanks.
Yeah. Dr. Copper, you seem skeptical, Culture. Shaw. Oh, my goodness. Incredible generosity in the chat from Tender Warrior 68. My goodness gracious. Thank you so very much. Wow. Tender Warrior. Thank you. there are 20 people saying thank you right now. I do appreciate that support, and I know they appreciate those memberships. And we're going to have a member stream next weekend, so keep those calendars open for next Saturday, folks. We'll have a lot to talk about, including my thoughts, my well-formed opinions on Mission Impossible, because you will already have seen my review, but I think we'll be able to talk about that. It'll be a lot of fun. I think it'll be a good time. And then maybe the following Saturday, we'll do a high roller, so that should be a good time, too. But my goodness, thank you. That was incredibly generous. Well, as I said, Tender Warrior 68. I oftentimes don't know how to respond. You guys overwhelm me. I am fully overwhelmed. So I'm going to highlight this, say thank you very much. And Melinda, I'm sorry.
I see you have money. Want to take me on a date?
Once again, thank you very much. Tender Warrior, for all your support, incredible generosity. I know that I and everybody else appreciate it. Melanie Mack would be a lot of fun as the part. And she would definitely care about it. And she would care about doing it right. And she is very fit and working on her fitness daily. So you could do a lot worse, honestly, than Melanie Mack. Holy goodness gracious. More overwhelming generosity in the chat. Our good friend, Mr. Buttcrack Media, drops 5 Culture Casino memberships in the chat. My goodness. Thank you so very much for that, Mr. Buttcrack Media. For all your plumbing needs, I've been trying to get the commercial away from Pro so I could run it on my channel. Maybe I'll find a way to secure that from Pro. But thank you so very much, Mr. Buttcrack Media. Here, this one's funny.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for exposing how much you love Culture Casino.
Thank you once again. Very generous. As my friend Jillian says, as Kate J say, all names green. Indeed. We got another super chat from my good buddy Captain Fandom Nerd right here for $3 saying, just so you can play it, ya bum. Oh, you want me to play the bum one? All right, I could do that. I like that one. It's super fun.
Well, $2. You must be super generous for a Dutch person.
What, we'll have a coupon day or something.
I think I may have played the wrong one, but it's worth it. It was a lot of fun. And once again, thank you, Mr. Buttcrack Media, for your generosity as well. Yeah. All names green. Green is keen. Very good. I'm trying to grow green plants right now, but it's really hot. You guys notice that outside? It's warm. Plants are like, nah. Hey, Larry. Name so nice you say it twice. Larry. Moo Linda. I've also been utter bloke. I think I've been utter bloke before too. Empty wallet. Tracking with the tablets. Thankful for the gift, and so are many others. Hey, there's Horny Alf. Good to see you, buddy. I may be making an appearance with somebody tonight. One of the memers. Might be Dermy. I don't know. Depends a lot on how my test drive goes this evening. So we'll see. Bass player 2011 iffy for 19.99. Another incredibly generous super chat here. Thank you so very much for that. It says, in terms of media, people are comparing what we're going through now with what happened in late 60s, early 70s. But I don't see any young upstarts like Spielberg, Coppola, etc., to revive the industry. I think the next great generation of filmmakers, to that end, to what you're saying, are probably going to be the people that didn't go to film school but understand structure. They're going to be the people who are capable of writing and refining their own stories. And I think their first opportunity to get that first creative thing out there will land them in a position to be influential in the future. But I don't think it's going to come through the traditional pathways. But to be fair, neither did, Lucas or Spielberg. I just don't think you're going to get them coming through film school because, as was suggested in the chat earlier, a lot of these writers, whatever ilk they are pathing through a lot of Marxism, neo-Marxism, and deconstructionism. And that's the only thing that they're being taught, because they're trying to subvert the entire country through the culture. I mean, that's why. I mean, we all know that. But I would suggest that, Tom and many others that have arrived at this particular conclusion that you describe here are accurate. I think but we're 15 years behind where we needed to be before. Hollywood needs to reinvent itself every 15 years with a new idea or something. And Marxism is not the new idea. It never works. Communism, socialism never work. So, I mean, that's where we're at. But I think, look, if you give me, a few $1 million, the ability to get my own sound stages constructed, which it will happen eventually, because that's what I want to do with the rest of my life. Build facilities and produce stuff with other people. I mean, that's where we're at. I mean, you're gonna have that's the new studio system is going to come from elsewhere, and technically it already is. Seriously, then are video games the next bastion to develop from? What looks like it. At least if you look at what Nintendo did. If you do a proper adaptation, you're almost always successful. But that was an incredibly perfect super chat in there. Thank you for that. And I'm gonna say thank you.
Words cannot express the gratitude that comes from culture towards you on this day. Or they can, but it's just one of those things you say. Thanks.
Thank you very much once again. Very generous indeed. And this is true. I mean, you were getting good stuff through 2012, except for Star Trek. Well, Star Trek's been under the yoke of some really bad ideas for a long time. Handing that over to anybody that's got JJ heritage is a bad plan. That was your first mistake. So, I have a variety of different green plants that I'm growing. You guys are funny. Hey, look, it's Keely Chow. Roll Tide. CC noticed it is hot in July. He should work for the Disney parks. There you go. Yeah, it's funny. I mean, Southern California, July, it's a little rough in Disneyland, but you go to Disney World and it's melty. And especially if you work there. Sheesh. Hello. Aloe vera. There you go. E. Clay Thomason for $2 says, will you be playing Baldur's Gate 3 next month? I still have it. Every time so I have a pretty good computer. I mean, not a lot of better computers out there compared to this one. And that thing would crash on me all the time whenever I ran it, because I was an early access person for that game. So yeah, I'll play it. I just don't know how. I don't know that I think my experience was tainted. How's that, E-Clay? Yeah. I said taint. Anyway, thanks for the $2, my friend. I'm going to play the cheap one for you because I figured out which one I was supposed to play before.
Wow,
Wow, it looks like I just found your house back there. Ya bum.
Of course, I'm just kidding, my friend. Thank you very much for your generous contribution to the show. Who said something silly? Oh, Larry said, it took 30 minutes, but CC said something. Yes, I did. The lovely Sherry is here. Look at that. Hello. Hello. Yeah, avoid soylent green. This mind says intentionally left blank. There you go. Yeah, Houston is boiling. Hey, look at that. It's 11 Alpha. Good morning, all. Well, it's morning somewhere. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, too, by that logic. So I hear you. I think I got one from my buddy Pinochet. Did I get a super from Pinochet? I did, but it's not showing up. How is that possible? Ah, there it is. Pinochet's helicopter tours for $5 American dollars. Says, did you see that 3 congressional committees announced yesterday that they're launching extensive investigations into ESG? BlackRock getting investigated. Wow. That's a lot of political points you can score in that arena, isn't it? Yep. You're going to start locking up some constituency. You're going to start locking up some voters. You're going to start locking up some minds. Somebody's paying attention. That's a good conversation to have. Thank you, Pinochet. I appreciate that one. Yeah. You get the $3 one because I don't get to play it.
You get to give money to a organization that sends food to children in other countries. You could have given $3 to a bum on the street, but instead you decided to give $3 to the guy that looks like a bum. Thank you for your generosity.
And I just figured out that that's the one that Captain Phantom Nerd wanted me to play. I'm a dunce today. I need to eat. Wow, we've got celebrities with us today. Holy cow. Hang on. Bam! Hey, John. Bounding into Comics is here. Says, wow, a congressional committee doing an investigation. I'm sure nothing will come of it. No, but it will bring even more attention. Look, if they can put, massive spotlights on this thing that's really destroying this country and many others. Yeah. If we can start, showing all the fallacies that have been, portrayed as facts because you can buy elements of the media, not you guys, of course, but you can, then yeah. Professional integrity in journalism is rare. And that's why I appreciate bounding into comics and following their stories, using them occasionally. Goodness, my wrench is going crazy today. Darren Hughes for $10 says, how about in addition to new indie film studios? Yeah. It would be nice if the main studio system would pick them up. We also start new indie film schools. I think we should. I think if you go through the path that I had to go to and you had to start off very early from the very beginning, understanding the history of film, I think you'd have a greater appreciation for what happened and why and where we had to hit the pause and eject button multiple times on what the studios were doing. I think that's important information to have. I think you need to understand the reality of film. That's why silent era is important. Black and white silent era. That's why it's important. I don't know of anything that's more important than understanding you don't have to have dialogue to have a good film. So we can teach new and creative ways of thinking again to young filmmakers. Yes. Thank you, Darren Hughes. That was very, very generous. Another $10 super chat. I'm running out of clip. Oh, you know what? You're cool. Yeah, thanks again, Darren. And Larry, no, I need food. Green elf needs food badly. Red Warrior shot the food. I know I just did that backwards, but it was fun. ESG sounds like financial extortion. It is. Do this or we cut off your funding. Yes. That's exactly what it is. Soylient green? You mean McDonald's? Wow. Ugh. Snack says, I only get my news from YouTubers. I think a lot of people have abandoned mainstream media. To be fair. I'll blame them. Oh, we got a short show, Loki. We only have another 10 minutes or so at most because I do have things I have to take care of today. So, yeah. Yeah, 2001 A Space Odyssey has almost no dialogue for an hour and a lot of atmospheric sounds. Very interesting. Ultimate power, or excuse me, unlimited power. There we go. I had pizza today. I'm very jealous of pizza. Mad God has 0 dialogue. Well, there you go, Douchey McDouche. Oh, that's what it is. Green Archer is about to die. Thank you, Death Angel Shadow. Biggles! So, didn't you eat yesterday? I did. And it's not like I couldn't afford to lose some weight, but I do lose brain power when I don't eat. Coffee will sustain me, but not well. Rob Altus for $5 says, are film schools teaching the same crap as public ed is teaching? Yeah, as a matter of fact. In fact, somebody in the chat said earlier, Rob, that that's what they're teaching these writers is neo-Marxism or Marxism, just pure Marxism, and deconstructionism, postmodernism. That's what you're getting, which is why we get garbage in the theaters. That's why there's no storytelling per se. And again, I mean, I guess, I mean, if you are that self-loathing that's the material that you want to produce, then I can't stop you, but I can not watch it. And I think that's where all the audiences are now. And thanks for the super chat, my friend. Truly appreciate it. Amazing. Like I said, I'm running out of clips. Thanks.
Wow, it's generous. I don't really get that kind of money, but glad you do, so thanks.
Hey, Philip's here. What's going on? And again, thanks for the super chat, Rob. Yeah. Hello, the White Snake says, when will you see the Barbie movie? I'm anxious to hear your review. I am going to one of the early premiere events. I'm going to the Barbie beach party. True story. I'll be seeing it a couple days ahead of time, and then I'll have my review together, and then I will probably not want to take Captain Phantom Nerd's money ever again. We'll see. There's JT Gunn. Late Night with Cap. Check him out. He's great. Great dude. You guys are cheating. Telling me all about this pizza. I gotta go do that. Rogue Thinker is off saying, have a great weekend. Farewell and enjoy. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. I wasn't even in key. That was terrible. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. I don't know. I'm not a chick. Can't do that very well. 99% of the world's animals have gone extinct to make way for the new ones, much like most movie studios these days. There you go, Isash Melody. There you go. That was me, dang it. Oh, excellent. Thank you, Skaggy. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. My alarm is going off telling me that I have to wrap it up. So here we are, friends. I want to say thank you. It was an incredible stream. You are the whole reason that I'm here. I will, of course, be back somewhere this weekend. And hopefully I will see you there. Of course, we have the late night Sunday show, late night culture show on Sunday. Hopefully you're there. And one last amazing bit of generosity. Oh, my goodness, Jillian. Jillian N giving us 10 Culture Casino memberships, one and all names green. And thank you once again, Jillian, for that incredible generosity. I know everybody appreciates it. Thanks for the cheddar.
Oh, man, that's some sweet cheddar. Guys. Yeah.
What amazing support I got from so many of you today in such an abbreviated period of time. I love you. I appreciate you. Have a great time checking out Friday Night Tides, Friday Night Frolics, and all the other amazing shows that are going to happen over the course of the weekend. I may or may not find myself hanging out with the Legion of Memers, Jeremy Wormy, or many other folks tonight. We'll just have to see. From me and mine to all of you, thank you. Let's run those beautiful bean credits.
About 1 minute. Thank you.